So King Charles finally did it. He took one look at the chaos Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stirred up over the years and said, all right, enough. And just like that, he pulled the biggest power move of the decade, knighting David Beckham. Now, if you're wondering how this has anything to do with revenge, oh, trust me, this was no coincidence. This was surgical. This was cold. This was Charles reminding everyone that he's still the king and Harry's just the guy who walked out on the family.
Footballing royalty will finally have the honour bestowed on him by King Charles next week.
Let's rewind for a second. David Beckham isn't just some random footballer. He's practically royalty himself. Between him and Victoria, the Beckhams are Britain's second royal family. They've got it all: money, influence, elegance, actual talent, and Charles knows exactly what he's doing by aligning with them. And the timing, brutal. Right in the middle of all this bad blood between the Markles and the Beckhams, Charles chooses now to hand Sir David Beckham his knighthood. Message received. You see, there's been a Cold War brewing behind the scenes. Meghan reportedly iced out Victoria Beckham over a rumor that she was leaking stories to the press. No proof, no confrontation, just classic Meghan-style fallout, and that little drama, it fractured what was once a cordial relationship. Victoria had welcomed Meghan into the UK's elite circles, introduced her to people, helped her navigate the scene. Meanwhile, David was supporting Harry's Invictus Games. They were helpful, respectful, until it all exploded. And here comes the twist. After Meghan's fallout with Victoria, she and Harry turned their attention to Brooklyn Beckham, David and Victoria's oldest son. Brooklyn, who had already started distancing himself from his family, apparently found a safe haven with the Sussexes in California. Harry and Meghan latched on to him and his wife, Nicola Peltz, and suddenly we've got a whole new dynamic. The prodigal prince teaming up with the Beckham's estranged son. It's like a royal soap opera. Now, picture this. Charles is watching all of this unfold. Harry snubbing royal duties, running off to California, airing out the family's dirty laundry on Netflix and in books. And while that circus is going on, Charles gives one of the most prestigious honors in Britain to the man Harry and Meghan cannot stand. It's not just revenge, it's poetic. Charles didn't yell, didn't throw a fit. He just reached into his royal toolbox, pulled out a sword, and tapped Beckham on the shoulder. And let's talk about Beckham for a second. This man isn't just a former athlete, he's a brand, a business mogul, a global icon. He's made hundreds of millions even after retiring from football. His Adidas deal alone, worth $160 million. He co-owns Inter Miami, has endorsements with Pepsi and Gillette, and owns luxury homes across the globe. He's not just surviving post-retirement, he's thriving. That's what makes this knighthood sting even more for Harry. He walked away from it all thinking he'd build something greater, but now he's stuck playing second fiddle to someone who didn't even need the crown to become a king in his own right. And the worst part? Beckham's close ties with Prince William make the message even louder. You chose the wrong side, Harry. So, here we are. On one side, you've got King Charles and the Beckhams, calm, calculated, quietly powerful. On the other, you've got the Sussexes, spinning in circles, chasing PR storms, and launching failed ventures. This wasn't just about honoring a soccer legend. It was about drawing a line in the sand. Charles isn't yelling anymore. He's just moving chess pieces. And Harry? He's not even on the board anymore. David Beckham getting knighted wasn't just a slap in the face for Harry. It was a full-on royal body slam, because behind all the awkward smiles and stiff upper lips, this feud has always been personal. Meghan and Harry didn't just distance themselves from the Beckhams, they made it weird. They accused Victoria of leaking stories, cut ties without warning, and then tried to pivot as if they were the victims. That's the Sussex playbook: burn the bridge, then cry about the smoke. And while Meghan was busy nursing her paranoia, Victoria was just out here minding her fashion empire and not giving interviews to gossip rags. But make no mistake, Victoria never forgot how she was treated. Neither did David, and neither did Charles. Because when you're the king, you don't need to throw tantrums. You just wait. You let people reveal who they are, and then, when the moment's right, you strike with a move so clean, so dignified, that it echoes louder than any tabloid headline ever could. Now, while this royal chess game plays out, Meghan's cooking up something that feels more like a punchline than a business venture. Hospitality. She wants to start restaurants and hotels. No, seriously. Meghan Markle, known for micromanaging staff and firing people over email punctuation, wants to run an empire based on welcoming people and serving food. That's like asking a cat to run a dog shelter. It's hilarious and terrifying all at once. She's trademarked her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, under a hospitality license. That means everything from restaurants to hotels to maybe even vacation rentals. Think about that. The woman who reportedly sent 5 a.m. emails scolding assistants for not using the right tone is now trying to build a team-based business model in one of the most chaotic industries in the world. Imagine being a chef at her restaurant. You forget to sprinkle lavender on the appetizers, and next thing you know, you're out the door. Let's be real, Meghan doesn't exactly scream culinary expertise. People still talk about the jam incident on her show. Spilling milk on the stove, dropping ingredients on the floor, making everything look like a Pinterest fail. She's not exactly Gordon Ramsay. The only thing that might be consistent in her kitchen is the health code violations. And then there's the flower sprinkles. Yeah, the bizarre obsession with tossing random petals onto everything like it's some kind of floral apocalypse. Burgers with lavender, pizza with roses. It's not food, it's an Instagram trap with a side of digestive risk. And then there's the staffing issue. Meghan and Harry have gone through nearly 20 employees since leaving the royal family. Hospitality has one of the highest turnover rates already. And Meghan's leadership style doesn't exactly scream retention. It's hard to picture anyone surviving under her roof for more than a month. Between the chaos in the kitchen and the micromanagement on the floor, it would be like working inside a royal-themed pressure cooker. Only the food's worse. But it's not just the food or the staffing or even the absurdity of the concept. It's the bigger picture. This isn't a business, it's a distraction, a way for Meghan to prove she can build her own empire, but without the royal spotlight or the goodwill of the British public. She's trying to force a brand where there's no foundation. It's like putting a crown on a cupcake and calling it regal. Looks cute, but melts under pressure. Meanwhile, Charles is handing out real crowns, and the contrast couldn't be clearer. Meghan's vision of a restaurant empire might sound glamorous on paper, but it crashes the second you imagine the actual experience. Picture walking into one of her places. Dim lighting, walls plastered with stylized photos of Archie and Lilibet in coordinated beige outfits, and a forced ambiance that screams curated perfection. The kind of place where nothing feels real and everything's trying too hard to be Instagrammable. Even the menus probably come with some quote about finding your inner peace through organic beets. And what's on that menu? Who knows? Maybe a kale and rose petal salad, jam-glazed lasagna, lavender-infused steak with Meghan's signature flower sprinkles. Because nothing says fine dining like your dinner looking like a garden center exploded on the plate. The drinks? Overpriced juices with names like Royal Detox or Freedom Fizz, served in glassware shaped like a crown. Everything designed to give off this polished, elevated lifestyle vibe, yet completely out of touch with what real people actually want to eat. The bigger problem, though, is that Meghan doesn't do subtle. She doesn't do self-awareness. This entire hospitality venture is just another attempt to reframe her public image, this time as some modern-day lifestyle guru. But it's hard to sell elegance and warmth when you've spent years pushing away people who tried to help you. From palace staff to friends like Victoria Beckham, Meghan has built a track record of burned bridges and ghosted allies. You can't market hospitality when your history's built on hostility. Then there's the bizarre hotel idea. She's reportedly planning some kind of luxury lodge experience, which some are already mocking as the Motel Markle. The concept? Lavish rooms inspired by Montecito minimalism. Translation: sterile spaces with recycled Pinterest aesthetics, 17 throw pillows, and towels soaked in lavender water. Sounds calming until you realize the towels are already wet when you get there. Guests paying $600, 0 cents a night, only to dry off with damp fabric and try to sleep through Prince Harry sobbing next door? Yeah, sounds dreamy. And who's actually staying there? Probably not Harry. Let's be honest, the man would rather escape to a Wendy's drive-thru than endure another Megan production. Rumor has it, he's already got a go-to order: bacon combo, spicy nuggets, chocolate frosty. He's chasing peace in chicken nuggets, while Meghan's out here trademarking chaos. Their lives couldn't feel more disconnected, even if they tried to hide it. Behind the scenes, more cracks are showing. Meghan's struggling to land big names for her TV ventures. Season 2 of With Love, Meghan is reportedly having trouble attracting celebrity guests. She's been turned down by heavyweights like Dolly Parton and Beyonce. The only confirmed name so far? Chrissy Teigen. That's right, a woman once canceled for cyberbullying a teenager is now Meghan's co-star. Talk about a duo built on reputation rehab. This isn't the glamorous Hollywood reinvention Meghan was hoping for. It's more like a gradual fade into niche internet mockery. She's chasing ventures that feel more like desperation than dominance. And while she's